Hi, Pastor Mark Jeske here for Time of Grace, celebrating World Marriage Day with you. What? You didn't know it was World Marriage Day this week? Well, it is. It's maybe not exactly the biggest known annual observance ever, but yet the concept is really important. And being intentional about the concept is really important too. One of the things I've learned over the years is that marriage is both way better than single people realize, but it's also much harder than they realize, because it's not like dating. Dating has some phenomenal advantages. When you just don't feel like talking to the other person, you don't have to. When you just don't feel like being with the person that day, you don't have to. You can have your downtime and your away time to recharge. And that makes your together time all that much more magic. When you're together all the time, when you see each other each day, and when you begin and end your days actually in the same room and even in the same bed, some of that mystery fades away, and it means you need to work on your relationship so that that magic and mystery does not disappear altogether. One of the things that I learned the hard way, and I'd like to put this out as maybe a little learning moment for you, and I'll put it out if you're a guy and you're listening to me, here's a little tip that I'm going to give you for free. If you're a woman and you're listening to this, either married now or maybe you will be married someday, here's a little glimpse into what's going on in the male brain in a high-stress moment in your own life. One of the things I think a lot of husbands can resonate with is a moment when the wife wants to talk. How was your day, honey? It was terrible. Well, the correct response to that is, tell me about it, which means dropping whatever you're doing, looking away from whatever screen you may have been looking at, whether it's your computer or your mobile device or your TV. In fact, better yet, turn it off, because we men don't multitask all that well. And if there's another presence in the room asking for your attention, you know how we go. We'll split our time between the two. And when your partner, when your main woman says, I need to tell you something, that means she gets 100% of your attention. And make yourself look at her. Here's another little tip, ladies. If your husband isn't looking at you, he's probably not listening to you. We're very visual, so make sure you lock eyes. You know, get this going on, or you may be wasting your breath and have to retell everything, and you'll get mad at him besides. So make sure he's looking at you, and realize we've only got 45 to 60 seconds worth of concentration capability. So never go longer than that. Pause to reload and refresh. Let them say something before you launch into the next piece of whatever it is that's eaten you, that you need some help with. So those are preliminary tips. Here's the big one. I know that and I think many other men, our brains are wired like engineers. We want to fix a problem. If something's wrong, if something's upsetting, if something's causing pain, we have only one objective: make it stop. And so I would interrupt my wife when she's telling me about her day. I interrupt, telling her, found out this not to be very helpful, telling her what she should have done or should have said. Skip that part. She doesn't want to hear that at this point. Just listen. But don't try to fix it at the end either. Letting her get all the way through her speech and then trying to fix it at the end is just as bad. Here's an aha moment that I had. She didn't want to be fixed. Ladies, if you're wondering why your guy keeps interrupting or why he keeps drifting off, he is processing this information in a way different from you. His brain is going on ways to figure out how to make it stop. Because you're miserable, he can see that pretty clearly, which is why he's listening to you. But he wants to fix what is making you miserable so that you'll stop being miserable. I had an aha moment when I actually let my dear wife get to the end of her story, and I didn't try to fix it. Instead, I don't know, a little voice inside of me said, a voice I didn't know I had, said, honey, that story just breaks my heart. My heart just hurts for you right now. And I don't know where that came from, because that's not me talking. But that was the absolute best thing I could have ever uttered. And she began to cry happy tears. She said that day she fell in love with me all over again. And she said, how did you know that was the absolute most perfect thing you could ever have said? That's when it dawned on me, she didn't want me to listen to her to fix whatever issue was going on. She wanted a friend who would feel what she is feeling. There you go. That's what I got. That's all I got for you today, but I could charge big money for that little insight, but I'm giving it to you for free. And so ladies, now you know what's going on inside your brain. And guys, now you know what not to say. And now you know what to do when she said, I did not have a good day. For Time of Grace, I'm Pastor Mark Jeske. I'm having a good day because it's World Marriage Day.